going to do it for that of sign up. I know when we come to that of signing up to a particular, what is it called, to a particular website, it's going to prompt you to enter your name, your first name, last name, maybe your phone number, your username, and password. Because they just basically 5 things that we need. And to make this, it's going to be 5 entries. And there's no way expect us to put the entries. Let me run this again. There's no way expect us to be putting the entries inside here. So we need to, in a situation where we click this sign in, those entries are going to pop up. So that's just basically what I want to happen. When we hit that sign in, a new entry is going to pop. All those entries are going to display on our screen for us. So with that being said, let's get started in this video. So the first thing we're going to do is we are trying to sign in. One thing, a way to, we don't want these guys again to appear in our situation. We want them to disappear. We also want only the forms part to be currently be the ones to be available. That's thing to just make a little bit of sense to do in that way. So that's basically what we're going to look at and how to do this. So I'll be able to see throughout this video. It's going to be really awesome. So let's get started in this video. For us to achieve this, we are going to make use of a method inside of this Tkinter module, which is called .destroy. What we want to do in our scenario is that when we click on this sign in, we want to move to another page. For example, let's assume we want to move to another page, or we'll say another application. So we're going to close the current working application that we're currently working on, then we're going to open another application. Because if I run this right now, on a normal site, when you click on login, it's going to push you to a entirely different page where you can log in. So we're going to make a similar kind of this thing. And for us to achieve this, when we click on sign in, we want this entire page to close up and the new page to open in by making use of that method destroy to close this our current application. And our current application here is being held by this main.tk. So we're going to say main.destroy. So that's basically what I want us to explain first before we start the implementation. So let me come here. I'm going to implement the function here. First, I'm going to say call the function. Let's call it filling what, because I'm trying to fill our info on it. So the first thing we're going to do, if it was click, because this filling info is going to be handled by this sign in. Where is that? Going to be handled by this sign in. So enter, we'll click on this sign in. We want a command of that filling info to run. And the first command that we're interested for this filling into to handle is to close the main our current working our current working application, which is going to be main.destroy. When we say destroy, it's going to close this the current working application that we're doing. So let's just see the example of what I mean. See now, when I want to sign in, so when I click on sign in, this guy is going to vanish. So let me click on sign in. You can see it got vanished. So if I was to open another application here, it's going to open a new application for us. So let me try opening another application. I can say main2. Main2 is going to hold that what TK. Now it's not going to be a new main that we're debating handling down here. So what we can do is we can also copy, you can also say main2 dot what. So let's run it and see the output. So when I click on sign in, you can see a new guy just popped up. We're running. So now we want to do a new thing on this guy. So I want to change the background color to maybe something like I don't even know the color. Let me just copy some of these guys and then I will change it. Let me just copy this other guy too. It's going to be sign in. Here I can just paste everything directly. Let me just tab it. So it's going to be main2. Here is going to be main2. And what is going to take here is not going to be main2. So here I want to be sign up. Sign up is going to be the title, and then it's going to be 650 by 450, and this in the background is going to be something like yellow, even though there's no ideal website that you see yellow at the background. Let me just put orange into bit better, and then we're going to say Facebook sign up. Everything looks a little bit good right now, so let's run it. And then when I click on sign in, the new guy just popped up. You can see how simple that was. We can try to resize this a little bit to fit our screen. Very and see it's looking good here. So we can now put our forms inside of this main tool for us to handle this. We can, it's not must we can actually create a new a new guy inside there. We can actually try to modify that of our main that we actually initialize, and then we're going to initialize it again. But I don't want a kind of variable collision to occur. We can actually just initialize this main again inside here, but I don't want a situation where I'm having collision of variables that can try to make things not to be a little bit fun. But hope with this ideology try to understand how this ideology actually works. We close the main one and then open the new guide to us to run. It is not going to be inside of this filling info. So now we are going to start dropping all the labels for that of first name, surname, phone number, password, and then email. It's going to be 5 entry that we're going to do. And then when they are done entering it, we want to maybe store the password or username somewhere else. Maybe create a file, store it in that file and go and check whether it's in that file. And then we're going to make use of it to check. Anytime I want to log in to check whether if you actually created an account with Facebook or any site on its own. So